Hi everyone, and welcome to the virtual Relay for Life of Tri-Town MA 2020. On behalf of the event leadership team, I would like to thank everyone participating in our virtual relay and joining the American Cancer Society's effort to create a world free from the pain and suffering caused by cancer. My name is Charlotte Buswick, and I'm here to kick off the event with my co-leads, Brooke Batista, Liza Raynard, and Lauren Hansen.
Cancer is a worthy opponent, to say the least. It has a formidable nature, a resourceful manner, and a destructive appetite. But it will never have what we have. We have an advantage over cancer because of the generosity of people like you. You have courage, hope, empathy, and determination. Together, we can make the greatest impact to save lives. That is why we are here today.
Over the next 4 hours, we're going to celebrate all those who have battled cancer, remember loved ones lost, and take action in the fight against cancer.
The American Cancer Society is the official sponsor of birthdays because they know that every birthday in every community is worth fighting for. The relay movement began with one man, Dr. Gordy Klatt, who ran for 24 hours straight to raise money for the American Cancer Society. 35 years later, in 2020, 1 in 100 Americans will relay in their community.
By the end of this year, nearly 1.8 million people are expected to be newly diagnosed with cancer. But as of August 2019, $417 million are funding potentially life-saving cancer research grants. Cancer is the second most common cause of death in the U.S. and accounts for nearly 1 of every 4 deaths. From research to education, prevention to diagnosis, and treatment to recovery, the American Cancer Society supports all of those impacted by cancer at every stage, every day. And the money we raise through Relay makes all of this possible. And this year we can officially say that throughout all the relays held in the Tri-Town, we've raised over $1 million for the American Cancer Society.
We have virtually gathered as a community, determined that those who have won their battles will be celebrated, that those who are still fighting their battles will be supported, and that those who have lost their battles will not be forgotten. We relay for a cure, we relay for the future, and most importantly, we relay for life.
Now we would like to welcome Jim Bampos to share his story with us.
June 2013. My son called. Hey Dad, will you chaperone him Friday night? Sure. What's going on? Dad, you just need to be there. We'll figure it out. Okay, do I need to bring anything? Dad, you can do it, right? Yeah, of course. Okay. I had no idea if we were going to be inside or out. And I didn't understand what this was all about, but it seemed important to my son. So of course I'd be going. When I picked him up, I said, "Where are we going?" He said, "Dad, we're going to the high school." When we arrived, I was a little surprised that the parking lot was packed. As we walked to the football field, I saw people carrying tents, backpacks, tarps, boxes of food. It's like 1,000 people moving into a campsite. It was loud, crazy, chaotic, but a sweet chaos, an electric energy, all smiles on people's faces. I still didn't really understand what was going on, but was certainly enjoying myself. We followed the masses to the football field, checked in, and I started wandering around and noticed something similar. Then, the announcer came on the microphone and said, "Welcome to Relay for Life, the largest fundraiser for the American Cancer Society in this area. Have you ever experienced something so magnificent that you can physically feel tingling? Something like it's impossible to believe?" I was completely lost in her words. I heard largest fundraiser cancer society. Those 4 words. I could feel the crowd settling down as she started to speak. Like the chaotic crowd had taken a collective breath. The announcer was a high school student who I later found out was the head of the event organizing team. She continued to explain how Relay for Life worked. We'll have opening ceremonies, we'll hear some stories, celebrate our survivors lap, some entertainment. At sundown, we recognize it's a symbol of cancer patients getting their diagnosis. Then we'll have the luminary lap, memorializing those we lost. The purpose is to walk all night. And as the fatigue sets in, as you feel like you can't go on, you feel a small measure of what cancer patients have to deal with and the perseverance it takes to fight cancer. Sunrise, she said, is a sign of remission. As soon as she said that, I turned to my son and said, I'm staying all night. Before the luminary lap, there's another lap, the survivor lap. Survivors wear different colored t-shirts, purple. They say hope, survivor. They walk with their caretakers. The energy is extraordinary. In 2013, there were about 10 people walking the survivor's lap. The next year, there would be one more, me. What my son, or most anyone else didn't know, was that I had been diagnosed with cancer 4 days earlier. I hadn't told my children yet because I didn't know how serious it was or what my prognosis would be. But no coincidence, I was scheduled for a long day of tests on the next Saturday morning, the same Saturday morning that Real Life ends, at 7 a.m. Have you ever known something? I knew I had cancer before I was diagnosed. I knew it. I listened. There were no coincidences. Cancer is part of my story, and I had no idea where this journey would take me. I knew right at that moment, I knew that there was a bigger purpose to this. It wasn't about me. It was about the journey. And as I stood on that football field, I had one thought. Let the journey begin. It's been an amazing journey. And I want to thank you for your extraordinary efforts tonight in this most difficult time, this year of 2020. To be able to put on and participate in an event like this is incredible. So thank you again, and thank you so much from all of us as cancer survivors in the work you're doing. You know, without events like this, it's difficult to say whether we'd be able to be here as cancer survivors and say a heartfelt thank you. I miss not seeing you, I miss the hugs, but I also appreciate in the wonderful things you're doing to help beat this disease. We've all grown in the last year as a result of this, and it was reflective of some of the things you learn when you go through cancer. You look to faith and spirituality. You look for hope. You continue to look at the bright side of things, find the silver lining, be optimistic. It's a wonderful opportunity to grow and to share in the journey that we all have together. So thank you again for your wonderful efforts this evening. And I'll leave you with a short video from last year's Relay for Life, as I was the keynote speaker last year to kick off the event. And I think it really sums up how we feel as cancer survivors and how much it means to have this event this evening. So thank you. Thank you, thank you for continuing with this event, and so appreciate your efforts. Have a blast tonight.
We all have challenges, and we'll all be challenged in life. And you can control a lot of the how you recover when you get those challenges. That's a lot of it up to us. And depend on your family and friends and your faith and your spirituality, because your attitude means so much. And I know my fellow cancer survivors standing here tonight know exactly what I'm talking about. That attitude that you never give up and you will survive.
Tri-Town 2020!
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Mr. Bampos. So here's how the virtual event will work. Throughout the evening, tune into our Instagram, Facebook, and our website to see all the activities and events we have going on. Refer to our event program to see what's happening at what time.
During this time, we encourage and remind you to create a virtual Luminaria bag. You can share it on your Instagram story, or you can send it to us directly so we can upload it to our website. The Luminaria ceremony is a time for us to reflect on how this disease has touched us personally. It is a time for us to look inside ourselves with quiet reflection and find hope. The Luminaria ceremony is at 4:45 p.m.
And now let's get the celebration started. We'd first like to give a huge shout out and show our deepest appreciation for all the survivors here today. We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
A survivor is someone who has heard the words "you have cancer," and a caregiver is someone who has given any type of support to someone with cancer.
Survivors, you inspire us all with your strength and courage, and we are honored to celebrate you. To the rest of you, show your support to a survivor today if you have the chance.
At this time, we'd like to give special recognition to our event leadership team. On our website, there's a little bio board section where it features members of our community who have worked in the event leadership team throughout this year's event. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I can't put it into words how much you guys did for us. It was hard, especially during these times, but you guys did it, made this entire thing possible, so thank you so much.
Oh, hey! I've been waiting for you all day. I've actually been writing this song for you. I can't believe you're here. R-E-L-A-Y, come to Relay for Life. Okay, that's only 2 chords I know how to play on the ukulele, but we'll be posting on here until 7 p.m. So I'm really glad that you're gonna stay. Just stay a while, stay and play, stay all day. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Grab a snack and grab a friend. It's gonna be amazing.
Even though we can't meet in person this year, our hope for a cancer-free world hasn't stopped.
We can still have Relay for Life be a successful event while maintaining social distancing.
The event leadership team is so thankful for the Tri-Town's unwavering dedication to a relay event, and we hope that you will all join us virtually this year.
Stay tuned for Kahoot, fun challenges, some live concerts, and hear from inspiring speakers.
We are so excited for our virtual event, and I hope that you will join us.
Thanks for tuning in, and tell your friends and family that we'll be posting until 7 p.m. tonight.